Yo, what's up everybody? Jumping here, and today I wanted to show you guys a fist fighting build that I came up with in Red Dead Redemption 2. Now you might be wondering, what is the point of having a build for fist fighting? Well, the reason why I personally made this build was because I suck at fist fighting. And unfortunately, a lot of times this has happened to me so many times I can't even tell you. Me and my friends will be in a posse and we'll start duking it out with another posse. And then eventually somebody will say, "Come on, fight me like a man. Let's fist fight." And most of the time I would just sit out because I suck at that and I'll be destroying people with my gun. No problem, but the second that it's time to fight with fists, I don't really want to be a part of that. Well, I decided, you know what? I'm going to try to give myself a little bit of an advantage since I am not that good at fist fighting. And I came up with a build. And ever since then, I am the champion of boxing. Just because this build absolutely gives me an advantage. And it's actually quite fun. So if you're in the same circumstance like me, where you're not very good at fist fighting, but you are being challenged to fist fight, and you want to participate in that, you don't want to be left out, then go ahead and give yourself an advantage by coming up with a build. Alrighty, let me go and show you what I got here because it's actually quite simple. There's no real reason for gameplay. Now, one thing I do want to say, if you want to take the time and invest in a Deadeye perk, you can actually do that because that is something that can help you with fist fighting, believe it or not. It doesn't really actually help you with the fight itself, but what I would recommend is to try to get one of the healing Deadeyes. That way, whenever you're done with your fist fight, you can go ahead and use this and heal up for the next fight, because generally you're going to be fighting a bunch of people. You're just kind of like taking on one guy. If you win, then you take on another guy. And a lot of times people are cool enough to let you get your health back, but that takes so long. So having a Deadeye perk that will let you regenerate health will actually speed that up, because you don't want to take a tonic which will fortify your health, because people are going to immediately accuse you of cheating. Now, what we're doing here with these cards, we are kind of cheating, but they don't need to know that, and most people will not know that. They will not actually even think that you are actually giving yourself an advantage. But the first card here is, believe it or not, Strange Medicine. Now, for the longest time, I didn't think that this would work, and I asked a bunch of my friends, does Strange Medicine work when you're fist fighting? Because remember, I just never really fist fight. And they all told me no, it doesn't. Well, I did some testing and it does work. Now, it's very minor. You get just a little tiny bit of health back, but it's enough to give you a big advantage in the middle of a fist fight, because when you're punching someone, you're getting a little bit of health back. And even if you're just spamming your punches, that will actually keep you in the fight. And that's actually really cool. Now, the next perk is the Short Game. Now, this is pretty obvious just because you do more damage when you are closer to a target and less damage when you are far away. And in a fist fight, you're really close. Now, another perk I do want to mention that you could use with this is actually Peak Condition. Now, in a fist fight, you can lose stamina, and it is possible to lose the perk altogether. But I've noticed that a lot of times when I'm fist fighting, I'm not actually losing that much stamina, and I never really go down below 75%. Now, if you're in a true fist fight, no one should be tackling and choking. That's the only time that you really lose a lot of stamina. So that is an option as well. If you want to use Peak Condition, you could also use that. And then the final perk is Necessity Breeds. Now, this is actually a really good perk in general. But the main thing about this is that the closer you are to death, the more damage you do. And that's the thing. This is actually a really big damage buff. So if you're losing the fight, this will kick in. And once this kicks in, you can actually start to deal a lot of damage with your fist and come back and win. I've seen people with this perk be able to win multiple times in a row, even though they might only have like half their health or a quarter of their health. They will actually just start spamming punches, and when you get that damage buff, you will just start to do extreme damage to people. And remember, you also have Strange Medicine, which might seem like a counter to Necessity Breeds, but it doesn't really matter, because the point is that you're getting a little bit of health back, and you're doing more damage right before you die. So there's always that chance that you can come back at the very end and win your fist fight. So I wanted to show you this just because I thought this is something some people might be interested in. I know a lot of people like the fist fight, and if you are a big fan of fist fighting, then this is something that you can actually do to give yourself a little bit of an advantage and nobody will really know. They won't really think to look at your cards to see what you're using for fist fighting. At least it's never happened to me. And like I said, I've always been really bad at it. I've never really wanted to do it. So most of the time I would just sit out whenever my posse would get into a fist fighting competition with another posse. But ever since I actually went ahead and upgraded these cards and I've been using them, I've been completely down to join in and start fist fighting. And ever since then, I am the boxing champion. Alrighty guys, that's going to do it for this video. I really hope that you have enjoyed it and that it has helped. If it has, will you please like the video for me? Be sure to subscribe for future videos, and I really do hope that everyone has a very nice day, and peace out.